Well, good morning. And big up to everybody. Hope you're well. I wasn't there yesterday, guys. I had a lot to do. I couldn't avoid it. Laundry and stuff won't do itself. Also, I had a bit of stuff to do. Well, for the home shopping market, supermarket stuff. Get necessities for the month. These kind of things, guys. I have to stay alive. So yesterday I wasn't able to do some streams, but guys, I'm here with you today. And it's a whole new discussion, guys, because guess what? The players are blaming Ten Hag. Guess what? Ten Hag he's a bad coach. He he made constant mistakes. His choices for starting players was always wrong. His tactics, he misidentified lots of players. I wonder how. Some of those players are playing in the same positions when they won 5-2, but they're saying they were misprofiled. I guess, now that Xerxes says he's a 9.5 because Ruth Van Nistelrooy says he's a 9, Ten Hag misprofiled the guy. We all did as well. Because remember, we were all arguing he's better than the 10. Guys, big up to all of you watching. I hope you're having a great day. Big up to you, Frankie. Glory, glory, man United. Big up, my brother. And big up to Kenny Fan TV, 100%. It's match day, as he's correct. And we're confident. I don't know. I was always going to be a bit more optimistic regardless. I'm happy with the situation. The manager was sacked. A new manager is already hired. He has a start date. I'm excited because you know what? We need to develop. We need to build this team. We need to get back to where we were. And if Ten Hag wasn't doing it, as the players are saying he was wrong, then so be it, guys. I will come out and say I was wrong. Ten Hag, he got it wrong. He misprofiled the players, misidentified their positionings. You know what I mean? He just couldn't get it right. He was too rigid in his thoughts. They would be doing well, and he would do something to change that just to break up the harmony in the squad. Such a rigid manager like that, I'm starting to wonder how he won anything, especially with this team. You know what I mean? But say what, this team is super talented. As everyone would say, we were not getting the best out of the squad. Lots of people think this squad is a lot better than they are showing right now. I agree on that. But a lot of these players need to step up. They need to be consistent. They need to deliver and stop making excuses. Realistically, guys. You know what I mean? It's match day. 3-1 United, says Frankie. Well, I'm going big today. I'm saying 7 something because the bounce supposed to be bouncing. And of course, we owe these guys. We owe them for that game last season. You know what I mean, guys? That game that ended 4-3 in their favor. Rah. It was the worst. But we've seen bad ones this season as well. Some of the refereeing calls have been horrific. Hopefully, we don't have any horrific calls at the Old Trafford Stadium today, because I'm telling you guys, who are we going to blame? You know what I mean? These players need to get in, do their job, step up, win this game. As much as I might predict 7 or Frankie saying 3-1, just get the dub. Just get the 3 points, guys. You know, Ten Hag is not there, so he's not going to misprofile you. He's not going to not start you because when you deserve to start. He's not going to take you off when you were the best player on the pitch. He's not going to do all those things anymore because it's no longer him. It's Ruud van Nistelrooy, the legend, top striker. You know what I mean? He has a more attacking, more flexible style of play as we have seen in the last game, as everyone is saying. You know what I mean? So these players better deliver today because they have no excuses. And when Amorim comes in, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to make any either because he's going to have the way he wants to play and they're going to have to deliver. Of course, they're going to come out and have their discussion on what they would like to do and how they would like to do it. But I think Amorim is going to say, you know what? You've tried things your way, but you haven't really won. So let's do it my way. Right? And if it's not that way, hopefully the board is going to make it the highway. So I'm just excited to see what happens this weekend, guys. The game is going to be in a couple hours. I'm definitely going to be live for the watch along. I hope you guys could join me. What are your thoughts in the comments? I wanted to go over some what I heard some of these players were saying. What are your thoughts, guys? Because it's really interesting for me, like the different comparisons and all the different situations that have been going on recently. There's been lots of good things being said and lots of complicated things as well, in my opinion. You know, I did a match preview the other day, but I'm like, what are your thoughts? Because it's an interesting situation, and yeah, guys, 2-1 Man United. I think Robert Sanchez is gonna make a hell of a lot of saves. Uh, but the guys ready to impress. I think Robert Sanchez's job is in jeopardy today, guys. It should be. You know what I mean? I've been hearing a lot of reports that Sekou Kone might be coming into our midfield today. Shock start by Ruud van Nistelrooy, but I'm not thinking that's actually a fact. Let's get into a little bit of the Chelsea match 11 and see who is the suspected start 11 as we get into the game today, because it's interesting. Jadon Sancho is unavailable, and we spoke about this at length, which is normal because he's employed by Manchester United. How can he play against us? So that's another interesting situation. I'm pretty sure all the Jadon Sancho fans aren't happy about that, because they were actually probably hoping that he comes in and puts in a big performance against Man United, which is another weird thing, I'd say. You know what I mean? Let's get it in and let's figure out what's going on. And guys, if you want to come in, I'm gonna drop the link because I'm not gonna stay on too long. I'm just saying hello to all of you and hoping that we have a great match day today. And if you want to jump in and have your say on your thoughts on the possible starting 11, because at the end of the day, guys, it's going to be whoever the Ruud van Nistelrooy picks at the end of the day, which will be whoever he picks. But there's some reports coming in right now that there's a possibility that Chelsea starting 11 is going to be featuring the likes of Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, James, Caicedo, Lavia, Madueke, Palmer, Neto, and Jackson at the striker. They're saying Kellyman is injured and unavailable is Jadon Sancho. You know what I mean? So, what are your thoughts, guys? Get in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That Chelsea 11 sounds strong. Of course, we know the quality of Cole Palmer. And to be fair, I don't really rate the Chelsea right now. I think they're a strong young team, but it's going to be very interesting to see if they could, get past the motivation of some of these players like Marcus Rashford, who has a new manager he needs to impress. Big up to Fix in the building. What's good? Was
Yeah,
Eric
bro.
Ten Hag to blame? Big up, Fix. Well, Royden, everyone is blaming Ten Hag. The players had a meeting. They sat together to explain what their thoughts and their views on why we are where we are currently at this stage in the season. And they said for a possible 8 points, Eric Ten Hag is responsible. That means at least 3 games where we drew one and maybe lost two is why he's responsible for us not picking up those points. And what I'm saying is that I might not disagree with them. Of course, I might agree with them and I might disagree at the same time in some bits. Now, I do think there are certain situations where there are players I felt should have started but were on the bench, and maybe I could agree with some of the players' statements when they say, some of them weren't getting, the moments when they were actually performing well. But I don't agree with them when they talk about it's his fault that we didn't get the points because they're on the pitch. And if tactically he says something, but you're seeing something differently on the pitch, you're on the pitch, you're there doing the job. Do it. You know what I mean? These childish excuses that it's his fault, their fault, not my fault. If I had done things my way, it would have been a better result. I think that's a load of rubbish. But at the same time, many might disagree with me. You know what I mean,
Bro,
Royden? So if we
bro,
lose today, it's on the players. If we lose on any day,
bro,
I'm always blaming the players, to be fair.
bro.
What up, Fix?
Yeah, the thing is, okay, if the hack is out of the way now, let them kick on. That's one, because I will not have them give me any other excuse. If the hack is the excuse they have, the man is gone. This is to show that they were not listening to the man. They were not carrying out his instructions For you to now come back and had a meeting and said this is why he didn't perform in the pitch. It's an easy way out for me. Let them let the man be. He's gone. He's gone. He's going to get another chance elsewhere and still prove himself. So they are at Manchester United right now. Let them make the fans happy and let the sleeping dogs lie because the man is gone. He cannot. In fact, he's a manager. You know how he works. He cannot just come out and start blasting players now or saying his own side of the story because it might just hurt him in his next endeavor. You know that kind of thing. So this one is they should just shut up. The players should shut up and do the job.
100.
I'm expecting them to carry on since Eric Ten Hag is the best. The one thing they are forgetting is this thing we have seen this handwriting over and over again. So I'm not even listening to that kind of excuse. Under Ole, something happened. I never wanted Ole to go because I was seeing that there is no effort from the players. Lagnick came, they played for 3 matches very well, and they dropped back to their normal self. Finding
100.
excuse all the time. So that is it. I heard you say seven what?
I'm just I mean I'm bantering the players in a way, but I'm expecting them to perform because I'll be realistic, guys. These
See,
players
our
chat a
our
lot of shit. You know what I
our
mean?
our biggest problem is scoring goals. I know that we are going to have our chance against Chelsea, but are we going to take it?
I
That's the
mean,
that
they said Ten
we are
Hag
going
was the
to
reason why they weren't taking their chances. So let's see if their chances will be taken. They took five midweek. So let's see what they do because
so,
this is
let
I
them,
mean,
let them let them let them take the chance. And most of the people should know that what happened in the middle week, there is nothing different from what have been happening when Eric Ten Hag was there. Like I was telling you in WhatsApp, this guy have been very bad, very, very bad. Daru, throughout the season. Very, very bad. From last season ending against this same Chelsea we are playing today, we saw what he did. He gave them the two penalties, if I'm not mistaken, against Parma and is it Madueke? Yes. So this guy have been making players playing with him to look very bad. You know,
mm,
E.g., example, Martinez. Look at that Porto game. If you, in fact, every game that we have played this season, Diallo has been our weak point. You know, ranging from Brighton, the game we lost against Brighton. You know,
mm.
so we cannot. What has happened has happened. So let them just shut up and do the job. I don't want us to be losing game because do you know that any mistake from us now we are in a relegation battle, and you know
I mean,
how weak this
bro,
player.
this is match week 10. It have 29, 27, 28 more
Bro,
match weeks after today, bro.
don't
I
say
not
this.
even,
These players
I'm
they
being
have weak
honest with you,
mentality.
bro. I have never ever believed in that, so I can't agree there.
No, no,
I
no,
hear your
I
opinion,
don't say
and
you should agree.
I do
I'm
not
telling you
disagree
that.
with your opinion in the sense that you feel that way. But for me, I would never say that when it have 28 more games to play, bro. We could never
Mark,
be in a relegation battle.
Mark,
Half of the
the,
season
the
nowhere near. We not even
Mark,
near half the
listen
season
now,
yet, bro.
listen. The weak mentality of our players is
Bro,
the main
yes,
problem.
I get that part, but bro, that's still. I'm being honest with you, bro. Still, they could have a weak mentality. They had a weak mentality last season, bro. We had more injuries and we still didn't finish.
Okay,
You understand what I
let,
mean? So
let-
why would we be in
I
a
understand.
relegation
I,
battle
I
with
understand you.
28 games left?
I
I just saying,
understand you, but what I wish for our team is let's just push up the league. That's what I want. They just push up the league. Whether it's Van Nistelrooy or Amorim, I need us to be contesting. And don't forget, we have to be winning cup this season because that's the standard we are now. Every season we should pick up a cup. That's the standard we are now. So I need us to push up the league. So I'm not believing that. In fact, I'm saying United is winning Chelsea already. So I don't want anything less from them.
bro, listen. Big up to Bally Tech in the building. I just looking at it like this, right? This is the reported starting 11 for Man United today, playing a 4-2-3-1. Onana, Dalot, Delit, Martinez, Mazraoui. Casemiro, Ericsson, Rashford, Fernandez, Garnacho, Hoyland. Starting lineup. Could have picked that starting lineup, bro. You know what I mean? But I do expect them to perform today. You see, like, my thing is, I look at their performance midweek. They said that they felt better, more comfortable. They enjoyed the freedom of style they was allowed to play. I listened to some of the players' reports, the interviews, and after the match. So I expect them to perform in this game. And, well, no one's crying over Ten Hag, bro. Everybody's excited for Ruben Amorim to come in. We just discussing the players blaming Ten Hag and not having their own accountability for themselves. You know what I mean? Big up to football fan zone in the building. And for me, I just look at it from a perspective for me, we drop up what, 15 points? I would say 15 points we drop. And I would blame them for all 15 points drop. Because in the games that we lost those points, we had more attacking chances and bigger chances than the opposing team. So I can only blame them. That's just me. And I will stick with that mentality until I see them change. I given them until the end of the season to prove me wrong. And that's just how I
Bro,
want to look at it
bro,
because
our rivals are losing games. We need to be getting up that league. We need to be closing
exactly.
down.
I
Closing
look
down.
at
They are giving us opportunity to close down. We need to be there.
bro,
You know.
I watch this conversation on X, right? And these guys having a conversation and they have this picture of Ahmad in a game coming on and Ahmad in a game coming on in the game midweek in the Carabao Cup. Right? He didn't start the game, came on in the 70th minute, much like the game he came on before, but he have a smile on his face. And everybody's like, well, you see, this is why we needed to get rid of Ten Hag. And I just
Jesus.
look at that and I'm laughing because for me, I'm like, cool, no problem. But the smile
Because
on
of
his
his
face
because of his
delivered
smile.
nothing. You know what I mean? People, in my opinion, I think his performance was like a 19-year-old who came onto a game that United was going to win and just to have fun. That's
Mark,
how it looked
Mark,
to me. I being so real. Big
Mark,
up
the argument
Mufan.
of Ahmad is just, I don't know where they are getting those things from. It's not as if he came in and do extraordinary thing. He's no Copa man. No, nothing. Bro, you pull in one cross into the this and this guy headed it to assist this guy. Is that a big deal? Bro, if you are with that kind of mentality in Manchester United that you as in, I don't know what our fans is turning into. You do your job. We don't owe you anything. So because
True.
of his smiling, because he's smiling now, that his smile is what costs Ten Hag his job.
The
I
thing
would
is,
I would
right?
say more or
The
less.
thing is,
Big up to Bailey in the building. Was good, bro.
yeah. I just want to touch on that quickly. Obviously, Amarin's
Bring
coming
me,
in,
bring me,
new
bring
Hold
new
me.
on, hold
manager.
on. Let Bailey talk now, Spa. You just come in. Don't worry, you get your chance to speak. Hold on. I know you're coming to say some explosive madness on this one.
O-
Big up to everybody, man. Big up
Obviously,
to Fitz, big up to
obviously,
Bailey, man. Big up to
Amarin's
you, man.
coming in, new manager. That new manager is gonna assess all the players. He's gonna see what's what, and if he doesn't want to start Ahmad, then that's another manager that doesn't rate Ahmad the way other people are rating him. So I think for me, I don't really have much to say on him per se. I already have my sort of view. Not that I think he's a bad player, but I just think he should be better right now for his experience and his age.
Mm.
So, only time will tell. The manager will come in, and if the manager says, "Do you know what? This guy is my guy. I'm gonna back him," then fair enough. The manager has decided. And no one can't tell me that this manager is not a manager that likes technical players. Yeah. His system has a lot of technical players in his team. So if he decides that, okay, this guy, he's a decent player, but he's not a starter for me, then it just is what it is. I don't want to hear people attacking the manager based off two managers potentially sharing the same opinion. And I'm not saying that Almiron is going to share the same opinion as Ten Hag, but there's a reason why Ten Hag didn't say, do you know what, I'm gonna play him every single game no matter what. There must be a reason for it. I've already seen the reasons for it, even though I felt initially from his pre-season he should be starting, and he did get his chances, but I felt like he played well in some games, but then in other games he didn't play well, and he didn't have no tangible thing in terms of goals and assists. Sometimes as a Man United player, it doesn't. Yes, you're a part of the team, but sometimes you have to make. Man United players are synonymous for making things happen, whether it's through putting in good performances or taking the game by the scruff of the neck and saying, "Yeah, I'm supposed to be here." And I don't really feel like he's done that. I feel like he's done a lot of passenger princesses, and he might have done a few things here or there on the ball, and people are like, "Yeah." Yeah, he needs to play. In my opinion, I remember youngsters coming onto the pitch, not even being on the pitch for that long, and they've already influenced the game. Like they've come on, and within the first 3 or 4 touches of the ball, they've already done something with it, and that's what Ahmad is lacking. He's severely lacking that, in my opinion.
I mean, for me, like I just look at it from a perspective of all these players had to say. They said everything they had to say. We see how they deal with the situation. My opinion is basically they need to do their jobs. Now, when this new manager come in, I here to back him, bro. I want to stand on Amarim like $100% just like I stand on Ten Hag. Because at the end of the day, I was always from the perspective since 21-22 season that I want to stop backing players over managers because it was not proven successful for Man United. And the
Mark,
ideology that we could always improve these players, for me, it
Mark,
makes no sense when I look at the
Mark,
greatest manager in the world currently sign 54 players, bro. That's an average of 7 a season. That's an average. Just an average, bro. So when I
Mark,
look at it from that perspective, I know holding my manager accountable, like no one ever held Pep accountable. So if you never held Pep accountable for the 54 signings, my manager could sign 7 players a season, bro. I not stressing. At least for the first
Mark,
2, 3
Mark,
seasons.
Mark, Mark, Mark.
What? Yo,
Can you stop
big
this,
up.
please? You guys are
Huh?
here to discuss about the game against Chelsea. I will stop this thing you're
No,
saying.
no, no, I'm not doing that.
Now,
I did
now,
not
what are
match
you
preview,
saying
bro.
that because a manager signs 54 players, you are not holding him accountable? So it means you're not going to hold accountable of a manager that has been backed and not delivering
I
results.
mean,
The
no one
difference, something
holded,
you need
no
to
one
understand
holded,
is this,
no
Mark.
one held
Mark,
Pep
Mark, Mark,
accountable.
Mark,
Everyone
wait,
said Pep is a
Mark,
master
wait, Mark,
coach.
wait, Mark, wait. You talked about Pep Guardiola. At the end of the day, this guy was delivering trophies.
He didn't do
So,
what
like,
trophies?
no, Mark, wait first. How do you want to criticize somebody that does not give you something to criticize about? Yes,
What you
he might
mean?
have signed.
What you
Mark,
mean? Man City just
Mark,
lose
wait,
1-0 to Bournemouth, bro.
Mark,
What we
wait,
talking
Mark,
about?
wait, Mark, wait. He has lost the game. We have seen this thing happen before. It's not today Pep loses game and still
Okay,
of winning the league.
so when
It's not
Ten
the first time
Hag
it's
lose a
happening.
game, what's the difference? I just
No,
talking manager
no,
for
Mark,
manager, bro.
man.
Energy for energy's sake.
Mark,
Equal
can you
across the
just
board,
allow
bro.
me talk? Let me just talk because you
Go
brought
ahead.
up a point. I want to just analyze that point you're talking about right now. One thing is this for sure. He would lose games. It happens. He will lose games. You watch him yesterday. I was looking at him that game yesterday. He looked clueless. He never knew what to do. The same thing for Arteta. It will happen whereby everything you're doing is not working out. But I would not have that statement. You come and say because of that we should use it to condone for Ten Hag. No, all of us can agree here
What's the
about this
difference?
guy.
What's the difference? Because
Mark, wait,
you see, this is the
Mark, wait
problem.
now.
No, you see, this is the
Mark, wait
problem,
now.
Pemba,
This is what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
like to argue
Mark,
with men
you
about this.
like
But
remember.
the problem
no,
is,
We
no,
cannot
Mark,
agree with you. Remember.
hold on.
Mark, you like
Whoever
cutting
is
people
all them are
short. And this is
managers.
what I don't
Listen to me.
like
Hear me out
having
now, bro.
something like you
All
cut people
managers
off.
are
Let me
football
make my
managers,
point.
right?
Let me make my
Yeah, but
point.
bro,
No,
you come here to dispute a
you're
point on two
making you're
managers who
telling
are
me
football managers, bro.
because look at the end of the season. What happened at the end of the season? Because Pep lose games, come end of season, he's still winning the league. Like, what are we saying here, man? He has signed 54 players. Yes, he signed 54 players.
Hear me first, because
but he's been delivering trophies with that.
You're going off course.
No,
because
I don't like this.
apparently Ten Hag lost 2 seasons.
Ten Hag is gone. Ten Hag is gone.
He finished 10.
Ten Hag is gone.
Forget Ten Hag, bro. Just because I
God.
criticize Pep for the same thing, man, them criticize Ten Hag for, men vex. Why?
For what?
He deserve the same
for losing game.
doing the same shit.
No, for losing game.
Brother, listen.
No, Mark,
before you come to criticize the point I'm making,
you criticizing him
what I
for
was
losing against Bournemouth?
Hear me? Hear me good. Ten Hag has been in Manchester United for 26 months.
At Old Trafford.
Bournemouth
beat Liverpool. Bournemouth beat Chelsea.
Bro,
beat Arsenal.
Oh my God, bro.
So
let me finish
now,
bro. Because you're chatting. You just come to chat and argue for nothing, bro.
You know, because you are trying to.
Bro,
I thought you guys are here discussing about the game
against of the first 2 seasons.
Manchester City. No, bro, I thought you guys were having the conversation for the game against Man City, Chelsea. That's why I jumped in.
But this is not a match preview, bro.
I saw what Bailey was saying about Ahmad. I thought it was saying about Ahmad. I was like, let me just come and say something about Ahmad.
Listen to me, bro.
This guy is gone,
let me explain something.
He's gone. He's gone, man.
Temba, watch me. I don't understand where you're arguing with me for, because first of all, I'll let you know something. In season 1, when we finished 6th, and we are the lowest finish in history, Ten Hag come in, he came 3rd with the 2nd highest points total in our history after Alex Ferguson, 75.
How many points grab?
Wait, hold on.
How many points grab did he have second and first?
Hold on. Forget that.
How many points grab did he have second and third and first?
Hear him out. Because I feel like a lot of them like to make excuses for other managers.
And then they just want to talk shit.
So here's the plan, right? I'll go and say it out like this. When we finished 3rd with 75 points, them says because Liverpool had an injury crisis. Yeah, man.
How are we still here on this same excuse, man? How are we still here? This guy is gone. Can we talk about something else, man? Can we talk about
let Mark make the part, but
I will tell you, no, fix. I will tell you because this is the same thing you talk about all the time. This is the same thing you talk about all the time. You talk about this all the time. Ten Hag was like, the sacking was like, I was expecting it. I wasn't surprised.
Brother,
all of us
was
not surprised.
But that's your opinion. That is not my opinion. And I disagree. And if you think it was justified, cool. I'm not
everybody. No. So right? because he was not doing well.
Reasons that people
he wasn't doing well.
The reasons for sacking a manager, bro, it's mad.
I think that should be sacked as well. If he was doing well.
The structure sacking, bro. This is not about.
Don't tell me about Pep. Because the guy delivers trophies for Man City.
You're the only person coming here talking about they should have sacked the manager. I'm not talking about that because he already sacked. I was not talking about that. I'm talking about the players. If you notice, this is about what the players were saying.
What you were saying.
The conversation is about the talk conversation the players have.
Mark, understand that before I jumped in, I was listening to what you guys were saying.
Bro, and we are talking about
the players,
right?
You something about Ahmad. Ahmad been
we are talking about Ahmad. He's one of the players that blame the manager for the fact that we lost games.
Mark, wait.
Right? And this is the truth.
Mark,
so what are you talking about?
Because it was something I heard. You were saying something about Ahmad. And
okay, and what? And so what we also
say something about why I understand the boy coming on against was it against Leicester? He was happy. Because when you want to be, if you're going to be honest, guys, because one thing is this, man.
Bro.
Mark, wait. Amaron is coming in right now. I can tell you Amaron is coming in right now. He has watched the game. And there's no way Ahmad gets to start in that first level at the moment. And that's a fact. Because I said something about Ahmad, and that is something is lacking, of which if he can work towards it, then he's ready. But he can't, because there's something, and Bailey said something about people coming in and making impact immediately. Not every players are like that. Not every player. There are players that comes in that needs to settle in first before they start making impact. And this is why I will always
here 5 years.
I will always
here 5 years.
Mark, can we leave 5 years? Mark, can we leave 5 years? Which managers as they played under Mark? Because you need to stop all this thing you are saying about playing 5 years. He has been here 5 years. Who are the managers coaching the team in that 5 years?
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro.
Who are the managers coaching the team in 5 years?
Bro, listen to me. I feel like some man them so want to busy to prop Ahmad up to be something he's not.
Man.
That is overlook the fact that he just could not make it, bro.
I'm not listening because you don't let me talk. I'm not listening.
Bro, because you're arguing a mad thing. You're making it seem like if anybody else fall besides Ahmad, that in the situation
Mark, you need to stop this thing. 5 years. No, I'm not arguing a mad thing.
40
I'm not mad. No, it is common sense, man. It's common sense. No, stop. No, Mark, somebody stop. Mark, stop. Mark,
what?
You cannot be having
a prospect for 5 years.
At first, you said that I've been failing because of structure. Now, when I'm telling you that the coaches Ahmad have been playing under, were they a technical coach? Were they? Because everybody has been playing counter-attacking football ever since, like, I know. Everybody counter-attacking, that what they've been playing. The only manager that have been technical in your team and sacked was Van Gaal. Who else? Everybody's counter, running and shoot, and that is not the player Ahmad is. Can we stop all this?
Bro, well,
you just need to understand
no matter what player he is, he can't make the team. He cannot work under the problem. And I just established that. So
no, come on, can't be telling me that, man.
I don't know what we have an argument for because I criticizing Ahmad, bro. He deserved the criticism. He has done nothing for Manchester United, bro. He scored 2 goals. He has 2 assists in all the games that he's been given consistently in top football. It's not good enough. Right?
To suit your agenda. To suit your agenda.
It might be good enough for Crystal Palace.
To suit your own agenda.
Everton.
No, Timber, let me ask you this question, right?
Agenda.
Let me ask you this one question, yeah? You see, because you did make a point, right? You said none of the coaches were technical. And while I do agree with you on that one, I would say that if Ahmad was as good as Cole Palmer, regardless of whether the coach is technical or not, he would have been playing. If Ahmad was as good as Saka, whether the coach likes speed demons and P&P power merchants and those types of players, he most probably still would have played. So I don't think I think he's a good player, but I just don't think he's what other people are saying.
When you're talking about Saka and Kopama, that is a different ball game. Kopama left
they're the same age
because he knows that
they're the same age.
He should be having more games at City. He knows he's that good. Now he went to Chelsea. He had more game time, and you could see what it was all about. Now people are sitting like Ahmad. People that rate him. I think he's a good player, but what I don't want you guys having is like come to say as if Ahmad have had that run of game whereby a manager believes in somebody.
History.
We are not.
Wait,
They
were giving him 5 and 10 minutes. And when he was coming on, he was doing something.
Guys, hold on, Temba. No. We understand what you're talking about with Ahmad, but the realism about professional football is just like Odegaard, bro. How many games he played for Real Madrid?
He decided me now.
Something like that, right? No.
Listen. When Martin Odegaard was playing for Madrid,
he played 11 games, bro.
Wait, no, Mark, look at that team first. Then you tell me where does Odegaard fit
keep trying to move the goalpost, bro. We're not talking
I'm not
about
moving the goalpost. It's the fact. It's the fact.
Listen, hold on.
It's the
fact.
I feel like
you're arguing the wrong points here, bro.
No, man, come on, man.
Listen, bro. Stop moving the goalpost, King.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
If you come into a team as a young player, listen, hear him out, bro. And you have a period of time to develop at the club, and you don't develop in the way the club feel like you're going to be a player, and you get shelved, bro.
Mark,
that is the reality.
That my team have Alvaro Morata that was scoring 20 goals a season. He could not start games. And I said it. I said even Hazard, will not break into my team.
Argument for nothing.
No, because you brought in Martin Odegaard. You brought out Martin Odegaard.
Bro, because he's
a good player.
The man played 10 to 14 games for Real Madrid, and they sold him because they did not think he fit their mold. That is simple.
No.
That is just how football
works,
that's what you think. Bro. This is not about the player. This is about football and clubs. This is what I'm talking about. I do not care about the team. I do not care about those things because that's not the argument, bro. The
So
argument,
the argument now is that
did he
Ahmad
make
is
it at the
trash.
club or not?
Ahmad
He
is
had
not good
time,
enough
he
for
had
United.
games, the club decided against
Who
him.
No,
said
I'm
he's
not
trash?
saying
Ahmad,
that. I'm
Who
not
said
is
he's
not
saying
good
trash?
enough for
Hey,
United.
Mark,
That's
let
what
me
you're
speak.
telling me.
Let me have a let's say here, man.
Who said
This
he's
is
trash?
what
I beg.
this is what I said the other day, man. We got to stop this player FC rubbish. If Amman is
Exactly,
not in the
bro.
team, don't worry about it. Maybe he's not good enough to be in the team.
Yeah.
Worry about it. If whoever in the
I just said
team,
it here. I
back
just said it now.
back the
Ahmad
team.
will not enter your 11 at the
Bro, no
moment. He
one,
will not.
bro. The point is not about Ahmad. You keep trying to focus the argument about Ahmad, bro. You're just referring to the fact that, bro, he as like a player,
You
like
brought it
all
up. You brought it
players,
up.
bro. They
You
have
brought
to
it up.
deliver, bro.
You
He's
said
done
Ahmad was
nothing to
happy
deliver
coming on
yet. So
against
let's
Leicester.
stop
You said
hyping
it.
the
You brought it up.
situation, bro.
You brought it up. You brought it
I
up.
brought it up because I'm
You said
using it as
Ahmad
an
was coming
example.
on
Listen
and
to the
Mark,
was
whole
happy.
conversation. Don't argue
Mark,
because you hear
Mark,
Ahmad name,
No,
bro.
Mark, I want to
Mark,
ask you a question.
Bro, the
Mark,
same way
I
I'm
want to ask you
talking
a
about
question now.
Ahmad, the
I
same
want to ask
energy
you a
Mark,
I
question
keep for
now. Mark, I want to
Garnacho
ask you guys a
is the
question
same
now.
energy, bro.
So
Mark.
were you
All the
telling
young
me that,
players get the
like
same
the
Mark,
fact
energy,
that
King.
let me
Mark,
tell
Mark, let me ask you one
Hold
Temba.
on,
question.
fix.
Temba,
Hold
wait,
on,
let me
fix.
No,
clear it to
fix,
you.
No
fix,
fix.
Temba,
Calm.
fix.
wait,
Hold
I
on,
want to
fix.
ask
Let
some
me
wait, let
finish.
question.
me clear it
I
to
want
you
to ask some
first before
question
you
now.
jump
Fix.
in.
Fix.
Temba,
Let
wait
Wait,
me
I want to
first.
ask
finish.
some question, Mark.
Wait,
I want to
wait,
ask some question
because
now.
see what
Fix.
we were
let's have
talking
some
about
Just
that
no
time.
parliamentary
fix.
See what
settings
Fix.
we were
around
talking
Just
here.
let me
about.
finish. Now
See
fix.
what we are talking about.
Fix, fix. I want to ask some
Yes,
question,
wait,
please.
wait. We are talking about. We said Mark said that he heard where they are making an argument that Ahmad was smiling when he entered.
Yeah, I
So,
heard it.
and that is the
I
wait.
heard everything.
Excuse me now.
I heard
Excuse me
everything.
first.
I heard everything.
Excuse me. That he was smiling when he entered. That is why they sacked him. HAG. So because he was benching Ahmad, that is why he was sacked. That's what we
No,
are
no, no,
going
no,
about our
no.
discussion.
That is a stupid statement. But what I want to ask is this now. So are you telling me that when Ahmad was fuming on the bench, when Ten Hag was in control, he did not have the right to be fuming?
But
Because
King,
Bro,
the
who
man, when
cares?
Ahmad
no,
came in,
no,
when
no.
Ahmad came in on the
Who
pitch,
Wait,
he
let me
didn't
cares?
do
let me
anything.
let me
Who
say
Let me
cares?
something
answer the
The
first.
whole
question.
point
Because
is
I have a
Temba.
question. Well, listen, I ask that question.
Temba.
Let me
Listen,
answer the
Mark,
you
question.
asking the wrong questions
Mark,
because that
wait
was not
first.
the
Let
Mark,
me
point
wait
you're
let me
first.
making.
clear
I
it to
asked
No
a
you.
one
question.
cares, Temba. Temba,
Mark,
the
wait. I asked a
reality is
question
no
here.
one cares. I
Mark,
don't. I don't care, bro. No, you're not hearing me, Temba. Because
no.
I do not care if he's smiling or if he have the right to be vexed or not. That is not my problem. Listen to him out, bro. Right? What the conversation was, I was telling you, what we was talking about. I was sarcastically saying, basically, the manager was sacked because he was unhappy. Right? I'm
That's
going
not
through
truth.
all the players who
That is not
confirm
truth.
and I'm making
That
sarcastic
is not
comments
truth.
about it.
That is not
Literally,
truth.
bro.
That is
Literally,
not
bro.
truth. The
What?
guy was not sacked because Ahmad was smiling.
Okay,
That's
but
not
yeah, it's
truth.
a
But
sarcastic
what I'm saying is
commenting.
this, man.
You're
Let,
not
let me see
hearing.
something, Mark.
No,
Let me
bro,
see
you're
something,
not
Mark.
hearing, bro, and you're derailing the whole situation because I'm not
Oh, God.
talking about. I never said
Bro,
it
he
is
said he
his
was being
fault.
sarcastic.
I was
Like
being
Yeah, I
sarcastic,
know.
King.
let's
Okay,
stop
so
That's why I
what
arguing
is the
said
mute points.
problem?
it's a
Everybody
stupid
know I'm being
statement to
sarcastic.
make.
What is the
To say
problem?
because he was
Okay, but
smiling
what is the
because he was
problem,
benching
Temba?
Ahmad. No,
No,
it was
but
not because he was benching Ahmad.
imagine if imagine if someone says something and then you get into an argument and all the while the person's been trying to tell you, he was just joking. Are you now
Bro,
going to
literally,
continue
you
the
know, Temba.
argument?
I
Or are
literally,
you just going to be like, okay,
bro,
cool,
you're
you was
coming to
joking.
argue
Let me
about
leave it
Ahmad.
there.
Yeah,
So
no,
what?
that's why I said Bailey. I said any person that said that statement that he was sacked because this guy's he was benching Ahmad. It's a stupid statement to make.
Yeah, but that's not what we're
Okay,
talking
It's a
cool,
about.
stupid
let's
And the
move
statement to
on.
make.
reality
Okay,
is,
cool.
bro,
Yeah.
people
Okay,
is
cool,
making it
let's
seem
move on.
like
It
if
was a
Ahmad is
joke,
the
but
answer,
cool, fair
bro.
enough.
And I
Let's
was just
move on.
using the comment to put it out of the situation that you see, like this guy here that coming and said Ahmad is being scapegoated. The brother scored 2 goals for United. What is he being scapegoated for? He's not even on
God.
the level to recognize as for me yet as a player that should constantly start for the club. Realistically, bro, he's in the developmental season of trying to make himself a starter in the team, and he's not doing a good job. That's his problem. That have nothing to do with any manager, bro. Garnacho was in the same situation last season. So if you was listening to the conversation, you would have heard me say that because I said that, right? Garnacho was in the
No,
same situation
even
last season. And guess what?
Garnacho
Fans were
is
saying
still
Garnacho
in the
was
same
shit
situation.
after 2 games. So what's the
Garnacho is
difference?
still in the same. Garnacho is still in the same. Whereby he's still playing. He should be. He's still under that development or as a player. Garnacho is
Right,
because
true.
And
when you look
while
at
I
But
can
some
he's
of
agree
showing
with
his
you
more than
there,
decisions.
Ahmad, so that's
Ganacho,
why he's getting more game
True,
time.
but Garnacho is showing more than
Ga-
Ahmed. Let me, yeah, man. The
Yeah,
thing is,
I said it,
and
Garnacho
Ganacho
is
was
showing more
younger
than
than
But
I'll
Ahmad.
keep
Ahmed.
Temba,
saying it.
this is the
Ganacho
No,
was
same
I'll,
thing we
also
said.
younger than Ahmad.
This
Garnacho
is why we
shows like
said, bro.
Garnacho comes
what we
in.
said. So
5
Temba, when you
minutes
came in and you
and
was
trust impact
arguing with all of
immediately.
these things, all I'm saying to
No,
you that in the first 9 games or 10 games we've played, Ahmad has not done anything to merit him or merit the argument from fans that he should be starting week in, week out.
Exactly,
He's
Temba.
done nothing.
And let's look, Temba, look, listen. Temba,
Yeah, go
Temba,
on,
look,
go on.
Temba, hold on, Temba. Look, I'm a very, very fair fella, yeah. To me, Ahmad is start the season well in the preseason. But he's clear. He's dropped off. He's not been. Oh, Ahmed's coming in and doing all sorts. He's dropped off, and the manager has replaced him with Garnacho and Rashford, who's playing better. So I don't understand why fans are saying he should be in the team when to me, he's not shown that he should be in the team. You understand? Because he was substituted, he came on, and what did he do? He didn't really do anything.
Now,
You know, if
understand
he's
that
playing in it,
I'm not saying he should be in the team. I'm not saying he should be in the team starting every game. I'm saying he should also be getting game time. He should be
but he has
getting
been
at
getting
least
game
game
time. That's the
time.
thing. That's the thing. What I'm
He
saying,
has been getting game
he
time.
has been getting the
Bro,
game
the guy
time,
literally
and he
has
dropped
Like,
off.
60 minutes less
how
than
many games did he
Garnacho
not
this
play?
season.
How many
He played
games did
60
he
Brighton
not
minutes
game.
play?
less, bro.
He played Brighton game. He played Fulham game. He played Liverpool game, and then he disappeared.
Bro, he
And
No,
after
started
I'm
the
talking
Liverpool
about
game,
I'm
he
the
talking about
first
disappeared.
3 or
substitution
4
now.
games of the
I'm
season under
asking
this
about
manager this
coming in
season,
as a
bro.
sub. That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking about the games he started.
But he started the first 4 games of the season.
Mhm. And he
Yeah,
didn't, according to you, you think he did not perform. You guys believe he didn't perform in those games he played.
Simple.
no,
Sadat get it.
he
Sadat get
hasn't
the whole point. If
he
he's good
performed
enough, he
reasonably,
will
but he
get more
hasn't
game
performed
time.
to the
Let's
highest of
see.
levels of what you would expect from a Manchester United starter. He hasn't.
Exactly.
How
Yeah,
hard is this, bro?
because your
How
manager wants you
If
to
hard?
if
score goals
if
before you
if
recognize he's
Ahmad
playing
went
Listen,
to
well.
go and play
Temba.
right
No,
wing for
it's
Real
not just that
Madrid, do
Tim
you
is
think he's
scoring
getting in the
goals.
team?
He
Do
said
you
Sorry,
think
it.
they're going to give him
Tenak said
the
it.
opportunity?
Tenak
Well,
said it.
Ahmad said it himself, though. All coaches say it, bro. If he's an
He said
attacking
that
player,
with
you have
what
a
Tenak told
listen.
him. He said
Temba,
it.
listen, right? Hear me, right? This
Oh, come
statement
on,
here,
man.
Sadat says, if he is good enough, is he will get more game time. Let's see. Bro, literally is what fans should be approaching with young players coming into the team. If they're good enough, they will get the game time. We should
exactly.
Don't
not be
sell him.
listen.
Sell him.
The
Sell him. He's
whole
not a player. Sell
point
him.
of it is that
He's not a player. Sell
let's
him.
be real about something here, bro.
You guys don't even
Right?
sell the guy. Do him a favor and sell him. Do him a
What's
favor and
that?
sell him because he will not play in your team. Just do him a favor and sell him.
But we're not
Well,
saying selling
okay.
Timber. We're
And
not
if
saying
he
No, I'm
does
selling.
get
saying
We're
sold,
saying
no
so
to
what,
make
though,
everything
Temba?
okay. You have to sell that
So
guy.
what?
Just like the way you did with Scott McTominay. Like I know people don't rate that guy in other Manchester United.
okay.
I was doing a
Do you know
watch
how many games Scott
for
McTominay has
Napoli,
played?
Scott's been here for
and
9 years, mate.
I
9
was
years,
watching.
and he didn't
I
prove
was
himself.
watching what he was doing at Napoli, whereby a coach now I've been able to give him an instruction.
Oh Jesus!
No,
My
like it's not
God.
about Jesus. You
This
guys
stream,
don't. That's the problem
this
about you
stream will
guys. You
never
don't watch
end
people
if
games,
No,
and you want to
you
possess
cannot,
players.
Bro, you
Come on,
cannot
man.
say that
listen,
shit,
you
bro.
Come on,
cannot.
Bro,
man.
listen. This is
Timber,
the
No,
listen, guys.
problem.
Hold
Let's
on,
Man, them
guys.
man.
like this,
Come on.
man, them like that
Hold
will
on,
Man,
guys.
make the
Hold on.
same argument for why Joshua Zirkzee hasn't performed well in the Premier League and say, well, bro, it's another coach was coaching him better in in Serie A. Bro, Serie A pace of football is slower, bro.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Every
Hold on, Mark.
you and a lot of other fans, you all wanted United to sign the likes of Youssef Fofana, including this guy. You see this guy here? He was like, get me Youssef Fofana. Well, I saw McTominay destroy this brother for 90 minutes, bro. When I said
Mark, stop.
destroy him,
Mark,
embarrass
hold on.
him.
Destroy
The only
what?
thing he
Destroy
didn't
what?
do was come off with a hamstring injury,
Ma-
Look,
bro. Right?
Mark, who
And I want to
they
point
dribble
it out.
anybody? They dribble
These
everybody,
are the
Mark.
top players that man them
guys,
like, oh
hold
no,
They
on,
no,
dribble
guys.
Youssef
everybody
Fofana.
because
Guys,
you
let me say
dribble in
something
the.
about let me say something about Scott McTominay. Hold on, right? Remember, Scott's been here for what 9 years on the
Yeah,
different
bro.
managers, and Ten Hag himself didn't want to get rid of Scott. Is Ineos got rid of Scott. So you can't
Okay,
say to us, "Oh, look at what
yeah,
Scott's doing in
yeah.
Napoli,"
Now,
because
Ten Hag does not want to get rid
it
of Scott. You know why? Because he knows that I can bring him from the bench to save my bloody job. But now you have
That
a
is the
manager that
dumbest thing I
believes
ever
in this.
heard in my life,
No,
King.
Mark, stop. I
Like,
will stop
bro,
by this
what
thing,
was
man.
Filippo
Like I've
Inzaghi at
like
AC Milan, bro?
uh,
You want to chat that
oh
shit there, right? What was
at
Filippo
AC Milan.
Inzaghi at AC Milan in the
Uh,
last 3 seasons, bro? It was the way they used to bring him on. Ancelotti used to bring on Filippo Inzaghi, bro, to win him games. So Ancelotti just as daft as Ten Hag, King. That's what
And
you telling me right now.
how
So
was
when your
Filippo
coach
Inzaghi when he was
bringing
doing
on
that for
Rodrigo this season
Filippo
to
Inzaghi,
save
man?
your team every game,
Inzaghi,
that is the
Filippo Inzaghi,
exact same thing he doing
how
just
old was
like
Inzaghi
Tenham.
when he was doing that to
Thank you for
Inzaghi?
highlighting coaches doing
So
the
you will
dumb
tell
shit,
me
bro.
that Ancelotti should play
Bro, this is the
Inzaghi, somebody
bro.
that
You
is
see these
good,
kind of
over
statements,
Shevchenko,
bro. I
over
don't agree
Crespo.
with them because they don't
Ah, no,
sound like
man.
football,
Ole
like a
Gunnar
footballing
Solskjaer was a
comment, bro.
super sub. There's nothing wrong with being a super
There's
sub.
nothing. Ole Gunnar
It's team
Solskjaer was a
football.
super sub for Alex Ferguson, bro. He was not a starter.
He
He
used
was
to
a
come off the
super
bench
sub.
and score hat tricks and not start the next game.
Exactly,
That's
and
how bad he was.
he
Yeah,
won us the
I hear you
Champions
guys.
League in '99. Solskjaer did, that
Yeah.
was super sub. But then
Mhm.
he had to go after that. But
Manager.
nobody hates him for being a super sub. Sometimes you need a 12 man to come in.
Imagine,
Javier Hernandez was a
Super
Superman.
sub for Fergie.
Chico, he used to come
Super
in all the
sub.
time and score goals, but he never used to really start games.
imagine coming off the bench, scoring a hat trick, and then you're not playing the
Yeah.
next game. That's how it was for Ole Gunnar. So this argument that we're having, let's just move on to something else.
Yeah, bro.
Because
Yeah,
Like,
that,
bro, bro, listen. For me, it will always have super subs in football, so I don't blame managers for having a super sub. It will always have managers who favor certain players. Amarim could come in. This is so weird, bro. Amarim could come in, favor certain players, and win all the games. Come second this season, let me say, win the Europa League, and continue with that next season. And we winning, and nobody will complain about his favors because we are winning. And this is the problem. I would not complain about it if we losing. I would not complain about it if we winning, bro. Because you know what? Managers have to manage. And when a manager manage, they doing the job, not me. I just could criticize it. I could agree with it. I could disagree with it. But at the end of the day, bro, all managers have more football knowledge than I do, in my opinion, because that's why they're football managers.
it's
So
a
I'm not
lie.
going to say to myself, I know more than them.
It's
That's
a
just
lie.
me,
It's a lie,
right?
Mark.
That's just me. I could disagree. I could
Our
find a
comment,
manager
man,
is
it's a lie.
shit. I could rate a manager here. I could rate a manager there. But the reality is, bro, we do that based off what we have seen of managers and they have done, and knowing that okay, this is what they would do or what they could do or possible. No, it's not about saying a manager now. It's like he is shit because he depends on this player to save his career. I could say that about a bunch of different managers, bro. Like if Pep never had Aguero, he would never win the Premier League. And I can factually say that.
Or Messi.
Because or
If you had Messi,
bro,
you wouldn't do nothing in
let me not even
Barcelona.
talk about Messi because people is talk like Messi is a no is a normal footballer. This bro was living on this in these enhancement drugs that is help you grow and thing. He was living on that, bro. He was supposed to take it for 18 months. They're giving it for 6 years, bro. So he kind of is a byproduct. I mean, no disrespect to Messi, he was always class, but he probably would not have been as tall or been as fit if he had, you know what I mean. So it's like I rate Messi, but for me, a lot of people will say Messi when they talk about Messi in his prime, Ronaldo in his prime. In his prime, Messi didn't win anything. The
I
3 years
know.
of his prime, he lost the La Liga back to Cristiano. He lost the UCL to Ronaldo. He lost the Super Cup to Ronaldo. He lost the Spanish Cup. Back 3 years, Ronaldo win everything, bro. In his prime. The prime years. So for me, the GOAT is the GOAT. CR7. You can see him there. GOAT.
Messi still a good as well, man.
He is a
Yeah,
GOAT, but
Messi
not
still a
the
good as
GOAT.
well.
The GOAT is
Yeah.
this guy. He is the other GOAT.
Yeah, yeah, man.
There's like in the Caribbean, they ever say, that the village ram, and it's other GOAT, like Ronaldo is the village ram, and Messi is the other GOAT. It's normal. All good. The reality is though, bro, we getting a brand new manager in the middle of our season, bro. And I
Yeah,
listen,
bro.
I real
Man.
optimistic about this new manager, but I also terrified in the moment that, bro, it could go real good or it could go well left, bro.
Exactly,
You
man.
know
It's
what I mean?
50-50 for me, man. It's
Bro,
the man coming in, and he could either go good or he could either go bad. But I've already seen other fans says, "Oh, he's gonna win this, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that." Bro,
Oh yeah.
this is the mistake we make every freaking time we get rid of a manager. We always think man's gonna come in and do something, but we forget that we got the players in here that once they stop play, the manager's gonna go south. I don't get why when a manager comes in and we've got one good season out of him, and then after that it goes sour. I don't get it, man.
Do you
And
know
then this
what's
is every
mad?
manager.
Yeah.
This is
Do you
every
know what?
manager.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, I'm not so much concerned about Amarin's first season because I already know it's a given that every single player is gonna back the manager and play as hard as they can to get into the team. However, when we go into the second year, and then certain men know that they're never gonna get favored by the manager no matter what,
Mm.
or maybe they don't like a meeting that went down or something. That's when they usually, like clockwork, start downing tools and
Yes,
throwing managers under the bus.
yes,
So if they're able to maintain what they were doing from the first um, season or first full season of Almarin and take it into the second season and improve, then I'll say yes, we've done something here. But
yes.
I'm almost preempting that they do what they do with every single manager.
Bro. That is my biggest fear. Man, them don't hate me, but I've been terrified from this situation. You know what I mean? Because for me, bro, like look at it like this: Ten Hag first season was everybody was like, bro, we back. This that,
Yeah,
that, that.
man. Everybody
Second
was jumping.
season, the syndrome kicked in maximum, bro.
Oh
And
God,
then
man.
it's all of a
Bring it
sudden Ten
back.
Hag is a shit coach. Mind you, I would say this much, right? When Ten Hag met this coach in the meeting in the Champions League, brothers, don't go look at that game. Do not watch it. Do not watch the return leg. Don't even watch the scoreline because you will be disappointed. Man lost by 9 goals to 1 or 2, bro. 9. Bro, 9. Ten Hag
Ooh,
kill that team, bro. Kill it.
ooh, ooh.
Aaron,
Sporting, bro.
Sporting
When
Lisbon.
Ajax
Okay.
play Sporting,
Uh,
five first and fifth, 5 and 4 at home, and 5 in Ajax they get, bro. So I look at it like this. I not watching like I will watch the Champions League game this week with him and Man City, but I'm not going to sit down and say, well, bro, he beat Man City with Sporting, he's gonna beat Man City with United. Because that for me is a little bit different. Those players know what they're doing, they go and work hard, and you know what I mean? It's a different vibe, a different energy there, bro.
Mark, you know what is that? Like, like you said something about Tenaga beating Sporting Lisbon. How many? Do you know what Sporting Lisbon was going through at that point in time in that team?
Nothing.
And did you know the team? Like, we're talking about a Tenaga that beat United
Bro,
4-1,
listen
Madrid
to me,
4-1.
bro.
The team he had.
I feel like you know what?
The
This is
team
the
will beat
problem.
anybody in the world, dude.
I
That team
don't
Tenaga out
mind having
Ajax,
the
under
bro.
Ajax
You
will
see
beat
this
any
rubbish?
team.
You see this guy, my brother,
Ah,
Everest Rob, bro. Bro, you'll make yourself a fraud talking this shit, bro. Because bro, anytime, I promise you, bro, and I hope for this not to happen, because, bro, I don't want to, I will be the guy to come out and talk about it, bro. Because I will clip all the streams you talk about your war coach King, and I
nothing
will
will
put
happen.
you,
Ah,
bro. I
yes,
promise you, bro. I am going
nothing will
to
happen,
put
Mark.
you on
Mark.
100%. One whole stream, 10 minutes of clips of you talking about we need a coach. And then I will ask you, well, what went wrong?
Referee, free kick.
Bro, you know what I mean?
But
Because,
it's,
bro, listen, I look at it from this perspective, Temba. I rate Amarim, right? In the summer, when everybody had the discussion about who they want, I was like, get me him. You know why I wanted him? His principles were similar. The
mhm.
style kind of similar. So I
Mm.
was like, the transition not gonna be it going kind of be more the same, but with slight twists that might actually benefit the squad if it was moving away from Ten Hag. So I happy. To be fair, I real happy, guys. I didn't want Tuchel, he's shit. I didn't want Southgate, he's shit. I didn't want this next Thomas Frank guy, he is shit too. I didn't want this next guy, Eddie Howe, he is shit. You know what I mean? So I am happy, bro.
Mark, go sit
Bro,
down, man. Go and sit down,
no,
man.
I'm telling you, bro, I
Shit.
Look,
happy, and
guys.
this what men
For,
them don't get, bro. I extremely happy
look
about
for me,
the
right?
fact that we
For me,
get
right?
this coach particularly to replace Ten Hag, since they replaced Ten Hag. And I
For me,
want
right?
back here the same way.
For me, Mark,
Yeah.
right? As fans, man, what we got to stop doing is scapegoating for the manager. We've got to look at the players, man, because every manager that come to United, I'm always excited, always backing him, always backing him. and then come 2.5 years, he's the worst manager since whatever. We've got to look at why is a manager coming into United like Amran, doing it all over the place, winning trophies. Everybody except Moyes. Everybody except Moyes has had a bloody good record. Jose, Van Gaal, even Ten Hag, even Oli, for certain respect, he was doing it in another country. Why
Yeah,
are
he
these
won
guys
back-to-back
coming
leagues.
to exactly? Why are these guys coming to United and suddenly they're the worst manager ever? And there's some frauds. We've got to look past managers now and look what's going on inside the club. And the only thing I can see is players are making managers making it a graveyard for managers. I'm excited for Amran. I'm not going to back him like I did all the managers to the end. But my concern with Mark and with Tech is these players are going to let this man succeed past one season, or are they going to go back to, yeah, okay, I don't like the meeting, or I don't like his training tactics, so I'm going to stop trying. And then everybody who likes, who was praising, even that guy, even Temo who just left, praising Amram to come in, he's going to now go, well, Amram's now the worst coach ever. Well, I'm going to call him out because I'm going to say, look, you were praising this dude, and look what he was doing at Sporting. You were telling me we have a coach. So how come now he's the worst coach ever? And that's my concern of the whole thing. And KG, Flex, I've said it in those channels as well. I said, you all praising managers to come to United, and suddenly when they lose games or they don't pick your favorite players, they're the frauds, they're the worst thing ever, and they're the problem of the club. And I don't believe it anymore. I used to believe it, but I don't believe it anymore because I've seen 3 managers coming in that have good records, winning. Other guys want him. Don't forget, Ten Hag was scouted for City. Amir was scouted for Liverpool and City. So if these other teams said these guys are good, how come when they come to United, suddenly the worst thing ever? That's my concern.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely need to purge the
100%.
dressing room. The dressing room, like Ineos said, they said they're only giving players 2 bad seasons and they're out. So I would love for them to stick to their principle that they've outlined, saying this. I don't want to see a player get 2 seasons consecutively bad and he's still at the club. Like,
Mm.
so that will be on them if they don't remove players that are not good enough to be there in the environment. Because I believe those players are impacting the team moving forward. Like at the end of the day, Ineos Sadeo Brailsford, yeah. He said he's all about marginal gains. So if it's an extra 5 and 10%, then a player that's played rubbish for 2 seasons is impacting that 5 to 10%. So therefore, they must be removed. So we'll see what happens. But I don't want to get too excited about the manager. Like, obviously, by rights, I should be. I'm a fan. I'm not a robot, right? But I've just got PTSD from the last manager and the managers before. And
Exactly.
that's why I kind of feel the way I feel. Is that the players will turn it up for one season, the second season, either the manager gets sacked, and if the manager is able to hang on to the job by the skin of their teeth, maybe they've won a cup or they've just about scraped top 4 or whatever means has happened, yeah, or maybe they've won the Europa. That third season is ultimately they're like dead men walking, and
Yeah.
it's happened time and time again. It's so predictable. Like I fooled myself into thinking that Ten Hag was gonna be able, because he didn't get sacked in the summer. I almost fooled myself thinking that, oh well, at some point he will turn it around. But the truth is, the players did not want this manager no more, and
Hmm.
Ineos left him in charge when the players did not want him no more. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now they feel like they need to save the season, So they've sacked him and they've brought in Almiron. Almiron has enough time to save the season. So I believe they're going to turn it around. They're going to turn it around and do what they're supposed to do. Because why? Because now the players are in a fight or flight mode. They need to fight for their futures now. If they don't play well, the board is going to back whatever Almiron says. If Almiron says, that Rashford, I think he's a problem for the team. I don't think he's gonna do well or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't think he fits into my system. Ineos will turn around and say, okay, cool, Rashford's gone in the summer. That's what they're so all these players are going to be playing out of their skin come when the manager comes in. All these players that seem to be injured all the time, the likes of Shaw, the likes of what's the midfielder's name? Mount. All these guys are gonna miraculously be fit and available because they want to impress the new manager. So let's see what happens and watch the space. But there, if Ineos do what they say they're doing, then I'll be happy with them getting rid of the players that they say have been bad for 2 seasons or don't fit
100.
into the plans.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? Big up to GB coming in. Big up to Chelsea Brew in the building. Big up Trini Brethren. What's good? What's good? Big up to United. We stand all the way in St. Lucia. Guys, don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe and share it around. Big up to Admiral Jax and Olmo. Bro, Sosa, somewhat, I thought about the same thing, but at the same time, I thought maybe they might have lined them up for the end of the season or in January and Ten Hag had until Christmas. And this is why I was like saying, he might have turned things around because realistically, as much as we would say, or I would say, I was back in Ten Hag, I do feel like at some point in time it was feeling a little bit heavy, right? But the reality is that, some people, I've been saying this for 2 seasons now, and people is arguing me this. Even never miss Rob. You, for some reason, talking to me about Vito now, I go discredit you for saying this. You see the next stream we on together, bro? Not today, because we gotta go now. But I'd go and discredit you for this because we argue about this veto on a stream, and now you're talking about ETH veto power was useless. Bro, sometimes I don't know, bro. I don't know. But it's game day, guys. Don't forget Manchester United plays today, so get your score predictions in the comments. And if you're not watching on the live, drop them in the non-live section. Let us know what you think, and we'll bring up the right score predictions at the end of the game. We will be here for the watch along. There's a redirect link if you want to go there early. Smash a like, leave some comments, some thoughts on the game, good wishes for the game, so that we can read them out at the beginning of the watch along stream. But guys, you will see that in the stream as we're about to end. You will definitely see the redirect pop up. So guys, smash a like, subscribe, check out the redirection to the next stream. And if you guys enjoyed the conversation today, we will have more. Bragging rights is tonight at 8:30 UK, guys. So get in, be here, and enjoy, because we are going to be having a great time on bragging rights today. And when we win, Chelsea, my brethren, Chelsea fan, and then I will be here for you, bro.
Yeah, man. And I hope tell him show up this time. If we beat Chelsea, tell him show up, please.
Bro, he mightn't show, bro. These brothers is run when they lose, You know what I mean? They like to pop the chest up when they're winning, but when they're losing, head down like players, you know what I mean? Weak mentality thing, you know what I mean? Big up to Kazi in the building. Big up to Sosa. Brian Foskett saying 3-1. Imran Khan says 4-2 Man United. GB says 3-1. Yeah, that's 3-1, something likely. Kazi says 3-2. Sosa says 3-2. What? Big up Drex say 2-1. Nah, if Drex saying 2-1, I go in with 7-1 or 7-2. I go with a huge ridiculous scoreline today, guys, because you know what? I just feel like these guys have a point to prove to this new manager coming in 10 days. And realistically, I feel like they're going to score some goals today. I feel they will take every chance they get. And Chelsea's defense, guys, in all honesty, they haven't been great.
What's your
Chelsea has conceded.
final?
Huh?
What's your final season ender prediction? Obviously, the manager's going to come in. He's going to put the three at the back, and he's going to, operate with the wing backs and whatnot. I don't know how that looks because I've seen loads of videos where people are making up all these starting lineups and all of this. I've seen multiple lineups. Ultimately, we don't really know what the manager is going to do. But what's your sort of
Big up to
but we
DJ.
do know that the players are going to improve significantly, and they most probably will take chances that's presented to them. So, what's your sort of season finish predictor for the league?
For me, I would say I say best possible finish fifth, Europa League, defend the FA Cup. I don't care about the Carabao Cup, really, to be fair. But in
I
what
think
I feel right
Alvarin will
now,
try
I
and go
think we
for the
definitely somewhere
Carabao.
about sixth. I think we definitely still in the hunt to win the Europa League, but I'm not too sure about defending the FA Cup. So this is where I feel we are. Maybe definitely somewhere around sixth and a Europa Cup win. So we get Champions League next season. That's where I think we will be. That's my main perspective on that.
Yeah, same here. I think I'm will focus on the Europa League because I think he will focus on that, and I
Must.
think we'll get possibly six. I don't think we'll be 14th or 10th or 11th. I think we'll come in and as I said, the players will suddenly have a point to prove because they're playing for the futures, and I think will leave us in the top six at least, and maybe if we get lucky, we'll win a cup. But I think he'll definitely focus on the European League because that'll get you in the Champions League, and then you could take it from there, ain't it?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Yeah, I don't know if this is a terrible take here, but I think we might finish third or fourth. Uh,
Well, you
um,
never know, man. You never know because
I,
as I said, they turn it on, innit? They turn it on, so you never know, man.
yeah, I think we might finish third or fourth. I think he will go for the Carabao Cup, just because that's the first cup you can win available. So I think we'll definitely turn into a Super Saiyan Cup team and we'll start smacking up everyone in the cups. I think that's what's going to happen. And I
Mm.
think we'll be able to finish third or fourth. Yeah. So I mean, players, yeah, some players are not going to have that many minutes, but I guarantee you, even the players that ain't having that many minutes, once they give said player, 5-10 minutes, they're gonna play their heart out because they're not playing.
bro,
Yeah.
I just want to say this,
Points to
right?
prove.
You say something just now that I not only heard I heard some people say it, like a few other YouTube personalities on their streams, some of them, one this morning, one yesterday, one last night. I heard them say that very same sentence, maybe we become a super cup team, dominant in the domestic cup something. And I was like, technical, that what we was the last 2 seasons. And I was still complaining because it was like they want to win in the league. Lots of man them like never miss Rob. His complaint is we're not doing well in the league. He don't care about the cups. Lots of fans were saying that. No, my thing is this. I do certainly hope this guy does pretty well because I think it's going to be beneficial for the United culture, for the fan base, for everything. If we was to have a really good season, but let's not forget, Ten Hag first season he came to played 2 cup finals. If this guy comes in the top four, plays 2 cup finals, the real proof in the pudding is next season. Because that's where the shit starts. Because
Yep.
Ten Hag won the Carabao Cup in his first season, played the other 2 cup final, played the other cup final in the FA Cup. He didn't win, but he came third, get Champions League. And then the team dropped off. So I hope that Amarim does well this season. I said six because I feel like, by luck, we could probably get in the top four if we have a lucky run or good run, or the stylistic play and the team gel well enough that they just suddenly improve. But I say in six because this is what I expect. Right? Now next season is where my real critical situation gonna be because a lot of fans, bro, we come in one season. Apparently we want a 1 season wonder team because the same thing happened under Ten Hag. We had a real good first season, shit second season, sucked the
You
manager
know,
6 weeks.
you got criticized, right? For Timber criticized you for basically highlighting something about Pep Guardiola. And while I didn't agree wholly with you on criticizing Pep Guardiola, because I personally think he's one of the managerial goats. However, I, even though Jurgen Klopp done fairly well at Liverpool, I criticize him because He won he went to so many finals, yeah. I don't think people remember this guy's final record. He went to so many finals and he lost most of them. He was losing.
Exactly.
There was one point, I swear, he lost like 5 or 6 finals in a row. Yeah. And then on top of that, yeah, when he did win, he won the Champions League for all the time he got to the final. When he actually did win it, he won it against Tottenham. Now, I'm not being funny, but Man United's been shit for time. But if they had played that Tottenham team in that final, we would have won the Champions League as well. And then the next point, yeah, and I'm pretty it's not only us. Chelsea would have beat them in the final. Arsenal would have beat them in the final. Like, there's so many Premier League teams, had they played that same Tottenham team in the final, they would have beat them as well. And some of those teams weren't even playing Champions League at the time, right? But another thing is my criticism for Jurgen Klopp is he didn't follow it up by just winning the league. And he won a COVID Premier League with no fans in the stadium, yeah? So for me, that's like an asterisk, yeah? But other people don't look at it like that. Other people are like, nah, man, this guy's good, man. This guy's good. But yeah, I just don't think he's as good as what they say. I think Pep Guardiola, you can compare him to Alex Ferguson because of their win, purely because of the win rate and how consistent they've been in terms of being winners. But you can't put Jurgen Klopp into the same category as them. I don't even put Jurgen Klopp into the same category as Prime Mourinho. I don't even put him there
No,
because
because
Prime Mourinho was a
Hey,
winner.
prime
I don't.
Mourinho is prime.
no, the
And
thing with Klopp, right? Nobody talks about is my man dropped off with Liverpool too. My man came in sixth 2 seasons ago, and then he drops down to fourth after having one or two good seasons, and nobody said sacked him.
Nah, he
And,
dropped
and
out
that's
of top
what that's
four
what pi-
completely. He finished
that's
fifth.
what pissed me off with Klopp, because look how bad Liverpool was when they finished sixth. Yeah, if that was United, regardless of finishing second the year before, they would have called for his head. But
bro,
nobody said nothing. They were like, "Oh well, you know they're gonna come back next season and all that." And he survived. Thing is, yeah, Klopp survived bad seasons at Liverpool when he won't do anything. When they were getting knocked out of cups, when Liverpool were playing like crap, and he was saying, "Oh, I've got injuries," and everyone was like, "Yeah, he's got loads of injuries." But look how they treated Ten Hag when Ten Hag got all those injuries, and we finished eighth. That was the BS was going on. There was a lot of loving for Klopp that I didn't like, to be honest,
Yeah,
and a
he's a
lot of hating
media
for
darling.
our club that similar where Klopp tanked when Liverpool finished sixth, and Liverpool said, "Oh, but we've got Van Dijk out, or we got this guy out, or we got Mo Salah out," and Klopp was going, "Well, I've got a lot of injuries." But when Ten Hag was saying it, "Oh, you're making excuses. Oh, your tactics are bad," you know what I mean?
I mean, that's so like there's I understand him saying Klopp had credit in the bank. Ten Hag played haram ball, but Ten Hag had credit in the bank. I mean, for 6 years we didn't win a trophy, bro. 6 years we didn't win a trophy for Ten Hag come to United. First season he arrived, he win the first trophy on offer. He finished third with the second highest points total since Alex Ferguson,
Two
75
finals,
points. I just
two
want
finals and a
them to
quarter.
remember he got us Champions League in his first season. This was what he did when most people thought we was going to finish ninth. No one had us predicted top four. No one even predicted us top six. Everybody said ninth. Right
Even
now,
even
his
even
second season was terrible. I agree. I agree. But guys, let's be honest about
e-
life. One good season, and in the bad season, he won an FA Cup. Arteta won an FA Cup. The first 6 months of his career, the last 4 years, he's won nothing. Nothing.
even the League Cup and the FA Cup, they won them on penalties. They didn't just win it in open play. Like, they won them on so this is why I say Jurgen Klopp, yeah, he's got multiple asterisks against even his best wins, yeah. Like, you win the League Cup and the FA Cup on penalties, yeah. You go to multiple finals and you lose them, like multiple finals in a row and you lose them. You win a COVID Premier League, yeah, and then you beat Tottenham in a Champions League final. And I'm not being funny, but please tell me which top six team wouldn't have beaten that Tottenham team in that final as well. Like, no one can't tell me that Arsenal or Man United or whoever could have beat that Chelsea, could have beat that Tottenham in the final of the Champions League. But people want to clop off. But to me, like, he's no better than Tuchel for me. Like, he's no better. He's no, but so some people are like, nah, but Tuchel, he's good, but this and that. Me, I view him in the same category. Them guys are on the same level. There's like tiers of managers. There's like the Fergies and the Guardiolas. Then underneath that type of manager, you got the Mourinho and the other brother at Real Madrid, the guy at Real Madrid right now. You got
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. You got those managers there. Then underneath, you got Jurgen Klopp. And you got Tuchel, and the managers that win every now and then. You got
Yeah.
those guys.
Like Sosa, I know it's not really a fair statement, but we would still make arguments about sacking a manager if he got to finals, and never was able to win any. We would say he can't get us over the line. So technically, you know what I mean? For
That was
me,
the
Yeah, but
argument with Oli.
Yeah,
exactly.
look what I'm saying, Sosa. Yeah, you were saying it's not a fair statement, but look, people were saying you're not a big club because you haven't won nothing in 5 years. So even if we got to finals, nobody cared. We didn't win them because they were still taking the Mickey out of us, saying that you haven't won nothing for 5 years. Man, come in and win something for 5 years. That's a big thing. A big thing, that people think oh, it's just a Carabao Cup. Listen, people were knocking and people and pundits were knocking off United because we haven't won nothing for 5 years. You used to go to the stadium and say, "Oh, you're going to win F all this year," and man, and all the visiting cities, all they have visiting fans taking the piss out of you, man. And you sat there can't say nothing because you haven't won nothing. And then I come in, actually lifted the club, and that's why people who hate Ten Hag should really kind of hang back a bit because the man lifted the club. Yeah, he hasn't done well in the league, but he actually lifted the club because when I used to go to Old Trafford, right, and Newcastle come in, Tottenham, we don't win nothing, come in singing to you. You haven't won nothing you haven't won F4 for 5 years. And you sat there thinking, boy, Tottenham taking the piss out of me, man. What can I say? I can't say
Yeah,
nothing.
bro.
You know what I mean?
But
And
look at it
then when I
started.
went to Wembley, I'm like, wow, I got drunk that night, boys, because I went to Wembley and we actually won something. I said, boy, I've not seen this team won nothing for 5 years. So I'm getting on the piss. I'm drunk in London. And that's what Ten Hag
Trust me.
did for me. That's why that's why I'm disappointed he got sacked and I was backing him until the end.
Do you know what? He's the only manager. I think he's one of two managers to ever beat Pep Guardiola in a final. Pep
in
Guardiola
in
don't
a
lose
in a
finals,
domestic league, in the
He don't
domestic
lose
English
finals.
domestic
And
league.
on top of that, yeah, I'm not being funny, yeah, but Pep Guardiola's team in that final got absolutely slapped. They got
Exactly.
slapped around the field. It wasn't they just about lost the game or they lost on penalties. No. They got slapped. At one point, yeah, I think we scored a goal and they ruled it out for offside or whatever happened, yeah. And my honest reaction, I started shouting at the TV, "We're tearing them apart." Like, it weren't just about the goals, it was the football. We was
100
tearing them apart.
guys.
Simple.
Lots of decent results that suit us in the Premier League this week. Like I was telling man them. Now, yeah, close your eyes, everyone in the chat. Just think about this for a second. We hadn't sacked Ten Hag. We still won yesterday. These results happened, and we're going into this game today. The same. Let's say we won 5-2, same way, right? Going into this game. If you look at the team, the setup don't look no different than a Ten Hag team, except that Ugarte is there. But you know what I mean? He was probably grooming him to bring him in anyway, so I wouldn't disagree there. We going into this game, let's say we win, we 4 points up the top of the table. How everybody feeling? Because I remember literally 2 weeks ago, everybody was like we in a relegation battle, 10 games into a season with 28 games left. Well, I think the team was always on an upward trajectory, right? And I'll be honest, when this guy Rob, I am going to expose you this week. You will feel it this week for sure, bro. I assure
But
you of it.
Rob, man, listen, man, we will
No,
never
because
listen,
the
Rob.
coaching, there's no
We
difference
were
in
never
what
even
Van
close to
Nistelrooy
winning things.
coaching than what Ten Hag was coaching. You know what I mean? Even one of the players in the interview, if you listen to what they said, he said there's no difference in the coaching, but they just feel a little bit more flexible. He probably just give them slightly different instructions. So there's no difference in the coaching. So let's not Make that out, right? And let's be real. We was never in a relegation battle because we were never in a relegation battle. A team could never be in a relegation battle before the 18th or 19th game of the season, bro. So if that's your opinion, big up to you for that. You know what I mean? Why couldn't we play like that City game a bit more? I mean, I agree with that statement, so but you see the problem with that City game is I don't think when a team or a club have a style of play they want to play, they should know then make that style of play suit the players. Especially when the players that they're buying them to suit the style of play the club wants to play. But they have players before that who don't want to play that way because it don't really suit them. I think that's the point where you're not trying to progress. Because we should be like Chelsea, been off the players here before Ten Hag and start with new players fresh who know that they have to play the way this club decide they want to play. The end. Nothing like what was going on before. You know what I mean? So that's just me. And you could say it's a fluke, but bro, guess what, bro? Sometimes there's lots of flukes in football, including lots of the results that you predict. You know what I mean? And hopefully the decision was the best one. And United will do well with that decision because at the end of the day, guys, whether or not you like the appointment of Ruben Amorim or you want to keep Ruud van Nistelrooy, who it's seeming that he's not going to be remaining when Ruben Amorim comes in, probably not even as an assistant coach. You know what I mean? He might be a coach in capacity maybe for the youth teams, but Ruben Amorim is bringing his entire coaching staff with him that was been with him from since his first club appointment. He's not changing that. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully we beat Chelsea, and hopefully Ruben comes in and improvements are there. We can see them readily, and hopefully we go on to winning ways. I don't expect us to win the league this season. I expect top six. I expect us to win the Europa League though. So let's see how it goes. Big up to everyone for joining. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back at 5 at 4:30 for the watch along, guys. So you will see the link in the chat. Smash a link, leave an early like, and leave a comment. Big up to all of you for joining. Big up to Bailey Tech in the building. Big up to Ray Car Brown. Big up to Temba Banks. Bro, Temba really wanted to argue with me for a man. Ah. Man hasn't done anything, but you know what I mean? He's these kind of guys' favorite type of player. The ones that look good, but they don't really do anything. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Football
Play
is not
FC,
about
man.
looking good, it's about
Play
winning
FC.
games. Play FC. Happy guys,
Yo,
bro.
one sec, yeah. I want to quickly, before we go, I want to quickly address a man like Hugo. I don't think he's in the chat today, but he said something on the last stream. He said that the sporting players are not gonna follow the manager. And I said, but it's Man United. And he's like, Man United ain't all that. And I never caught that until I watched the stream back. And I thought to
Bragging rights,
myself,
bro. It's our bragging rights tonight.
I thought to
We could
myself,
talk to
my
him.
broski, how dare you, bruv? Sporting is like, bruv, they're playing in like the 7th league in the world, bro. Like you like Man United is an institution. Like they put it in your manager's contract. He had it put in his contract. That what was in his contract? It said that if Manchester United, Real Madrid, or Barcelona come in for me, then you have to let me go. That is in his contract. So don't come here telling me that Man United ain't all that. Well, your manager's written it in his contract. Don't
You know?
Before
ever
we
in your
even
life,
thought
bro.
about him, to be fair, that was his
No,
dream. But big up to him. I mean, guys, I be so real. I really back Ten Hag. But you never know. Maybe Amarim might be the personality that suits our club best and the players that we have. You don't know. And you
Mm.
know what? I just hope everybody in the fan base will give the man a proper backing. He have a 2.5-year contract until 2027. Guys, please in season 2. If we go through it, at least please let's not say manager out. We have a structure, let them do the business. Let's just
Exactly, man.
stay within the realms of big up to the team. We need to do better. The manager is not doing a great job, but let's not say manager out. Please, with this manager, let's change our tune as a fan base. Let's change our tune. Let's stop going on the out train and let's just let the structure work for us. Let's
Hated,
criticize, let's
adored, but
praise.
never ignored.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Hated, adored, but never ignored. It's the biggest club on the face, bro. I don't. This is why Temba could only argue with me, no, bro. He can't talk to me, you know. Because I always tell him, Real Madrid could never say there's number one. And if they were to say there's number two, the only person can say next to them is United. 100%.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Big up to everybody for watching. Smash a like, share it around. Be back later on for the watch along. Big up to Bailey Tech. Big up to Rika Brown. Big up to you, Sosa. Big up to Casimir, Jim Watkins, Brian Foskett. Big up to LT in the building. Big up to Rick, to Imran Khan as well. Big up to Siddharth in the building, bro. Welcome to the channel, my brother. Big up to Never Miss Rob. Bro, I know you want Chelsea to win tonight, but we're going to smash them. Absolutely. All right? Big up to you. Big up to everybody coming in. Big up to Stephanie Griffith as well. You know what I mean? Big up to Frankie, Glory, Man United. Big up to Admiral Drex. Big up to GB as well. Guys, we catch you later. We out.
Baby.